Great is thy faithfulness, O God my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions they fail not, as thou hast been, not forever wilt be. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness, morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I hath needed, thy hands hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.
This is a story of God's great mercy as He led me to pursue Him, to seek Him, and to finally find Him. As a child, I have been wanting to have an encounter with God. I grew up in the province with religious parents, and that was why at an early age, I had a concept of a loving God, and thus I sought after Him. There were times back then when I would have these moments by myself. I would look up to heaven and talk to God. When I got no response from Him, it made me feel very frustrated. I searched for God in the church. I became a sacristan, or an altar boy, at the age of 10 to 12, which gave me access to the church grounds. When there was no one around, I would climb up to the bell tower and wait for God. I would pray and say, God, I hope you would show up today. But still, there was nothing. I continued my search. I entered a seminary when I was 13, hoping I would find God. When I got there, I got disappointed because I didn't find Him, not even a feeling of His presence. So after 4 years, I left. I took up pre-law in college, and when I was in my 4th year, there was a charismatic movement in my town. That was the first time that I experienced the living God, because that was when I repented of my sins and I received His forgiveness. I felt God for the first time, but I got confused because I encountered Him only in prayer meetings but not in the church, for there was no discipleship there. So I went back again being empty. I continued my search because what I had was not enough. After graduating from law school, I was forced to come here in Manila because the review center for the bar exam was here. There was a time when we had a break from reviewing. I went around Ayala. I passed by Rizal Theater where a Christian church was holding a service. I heard one of the charismatic songs that I was familiar with, so I went inside, and that was where I truly received Jesus as my Lord and Savior. After receiving God there, nothing much really happened because I was neither followed up nor was I discipled. I went to a couple more churches in my pursuit of God. I first experienced discipleship in a church in Fairview. The pastor discipled me, but he had an ulterior motive for doing that. He was planning to live. That was why he trained me as his replacement. That was how I became a pastor. In 1991, I was ordained to that role and position. The foundation I had as a minister was unstable. Eventually, the ministry left to me was no longer a joy, but a burden. Later on, I went back to the church in Makati where I received Jesus. But after 2 years, in 1998, I transferred to Church of God Makati. That was where I experienced real discipleship in many ways. As I served as a member of the youth staff, where I went through discipleship on an intellectual and experiential level. Eventually, I became a district pastor. And even as I had people under me and I was doing pastoral care, I was still being discipled in this church. I experienced truth in action. And finally, I found Jesus as I was discipled to become more like Him. It's like God gave me another chance. It's like God gave me a place of new beginnings. Amazing! From then on, it has been a continuous Christian growth.
Summer and winter and springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above, join with all nature in manifold witness to Thy great faithfulness, mercy, and love.
Thank you, brother.
Night after night, we stay together, sharing lovely moments that spells forever. Day after day, our love gets stronger, growing every minute as we get closer. What's a practice ang galing ko? I wouldn't know how to get by on my own. Basta Dennis, di ba ang galing ko kanina? After all that love and passion you have shown. Never say goodbye, no matter how they try to show my love won't last if we're prisoners caught in our past. And your dreams no need for you to cry. I promise I will stay. I'm with you all the way. In time till soon forget that you and I once met. As long as deep inside I know it's love that brought, then I will never say goodbye. Never say goodbye. There are no
hope for tomorrow. Blessings are mine with 10,000 beside.